Have you ever walked away from something that should have killed you? Ever had plans fall through that later saved you from disaster? Ever felt an invisible hand guide you away from danger you couldn't see? You're not imagining it. According to Edgar Cayce, some souls walk through life with what he called divine protection protocols. Invisible shields activated before birth, guardian forces assigned to their journey, interventions programmed into their path. But here's what will shock you. This protection isn't random. It's not luck. And it's definitely not because you're perfect. Cayce discovered there are specific reasons why certain souls receive heightened protection. And there are 9 unmistakable signs that reveal you're one of them. Once you recognize these signs, you'll understand why you survived what others didn't. Why doors closed that seemed perfect. Why your intuition screams when logic says you're safe. You'll finally understand that those close calls weren't close at all. They were precisely calculated saves. The discovery that changed everything. Edgar Cayce didn't believe in random protection. When he first started his readings, he assumed guardian angels and divine intervention were fairy tales. Nice stories for children, comforting myths for the grieving. Then he started seeing patterns in the Akashic records that he couldn't explain any other way. Certain souls had what looked like invisible bodyguards. Their life paths showed intervention after intervention. Accidents that didn't happen. Meetings that got mysteriously canceled right before catastrophe. Sudden urges to leave places moments before disaster struck. But here's what fascinated Cayce most. These weren't necessarily the good people. They weren't the most religious. They weren't the most pure. They were souls with specific missions that required them to survive. Souls carrying something essential for humanity's evolution. Souls whose premature exit would disrupt massive karmic chains. Over 43 years and 14,000 readings, Cayce identified 9 specific signs of divine protection. And he discovered exactly why certain souls receive this cosmic security detail. Why some souls are protected. Before we dive into the signs, you need to understand why protection happens. Cayce revealed 3 primary reasons souls receive heightened divine protection. The mission carriers. Your soul is carrying critical information, abilities, or energy needed for humanity's next phase. You might not know what it is yet, but the universe does. You're being kept safe until delivery time. The catalyst souls. You're meant to trigger major changes in other people's lives. Your presence at specific moments will alter destinies. The universe protects you to ensure you're there when needed. The karmic healers. You're here to break ancient patterns, end generational curses, heal lineage wounds. Your survival is necessary for thousands of souls connected to your karmic line. If you're protected, it's not favoritism, it's necessity. The universe has invested too much in your mission to let random events derail it. Now, let's look at the 9 signs that reveal you're under this protection. Sign 1. Your disasters keep getting canceled. The first sign is when catastrophes you're supposed to be part of keep missing you by minutes, inches, or coincidences. The plane you missed that crashed. The building you left right before it collapsed. The relationship that ended right before the person revealed their dangerous nature. Once or twice is luck. But if you look back and see a pattern of near misses, that's protection. A woman came to Cayce with survivor's guilt. She'd missed 5 different disasters by pure chance. A train wreck, a theater fire, a ship sinking, a building collapse, and a pandemic in her town. She felt cursed, like death was stalking her. Cayce's reading revealed the opposite. You're not being stalked by death. You're being navigated around it. Your soul carries the template for a healing technique that won't emerge for another 20 years. Every disaster you've avoided was the universe saying, not yet. She hasn't delivered what she's carrying. But then Cayce revealed something crucial. Your protection isn't about you being special. It's about what you're carrying being essential. You're the envelope. The universe is protecting the message inside you. The woman went on to develop a revolutionary therapy technique at age 67 that helped thousands of war veterans. She needed those extra decades to develop the wisdom that would make the technique work. If disasters keep missing you, you're carrying something important. Sign 2. Your body warns you before your mind knows. The second sign is physical. Your body reacts to danger before your conscious mind detects it. Sudden nausea before meeting someone dangerous. Unexplained anxiety before entering a harmful situation. Your legs literally won't move toward threat. This is an anxiety disorder. This is your protection system overriding your conscious control. A businessman came to Cayce confused about his random anxiety attacks. They only happened in specific situations, certain buildings, certain people, certain deals. He thought he was going crazy. Cayce's reading was extraordinary. You have what we call enhanced semantic radar. In Leoria, you develop the ability to sense energy fields that are harmful to your mission. Your body is a precision instrument detecting threats your mind can't perceive. That deal you walked away from last month because you felt sick. The other party was planning fraud. The building you can't enter. There's an energy there that would disrupt your spiritual development. The man started keeping a journal. Every time he followed his body's warnings, he later discovered the danger he'd avoided. His anxiety saved him from 3 lawsuits, 2 violent encounters, and a business partnership with a criminal. Your body knows things your mind doesn't. If it screams danger, you're being protected. Sign 3. People who try to harm you face instant karma. The third sign is eerie. Those who genuinely try to harm you experience immediate consequences. Not because you revenge them, not because you curse them. They just fall apart. Their plans backfire. Their attacks reverse. Their weapons turn against them. It's like you're surrounded by an invisible electric fence that shocks anyone who tries to breach it. A teacher came to Cayce bewildered. Everyone who tried to destroy her reputation ended up destroying their own. 3 principals who tried to fire her got fired themselves. A colleague who spread lies about her got caught in a bigger lie. A parent who tried to sue her lost everything in a different lawsuit. Cayce's reading gave her chills. You carry what we call the mirror shield. Those who attack you are actually attacking themselves. Your soul's mission involves teaching children who will become world changers. The universe won't let petty human jealousy derail that. The protection isn't passive. It actively redirects negative energy back to its source. She went on to teach for 40 years. 7 of her students became influential leaders. The attacks never stopped, but neither did the reversals. If your enemies keep defeating themselves, you're being protected. Sign 4. Money appears when you need it for your mission. The 4th sign involves resources. When you need money for something aligned with your purpose, it appears. Not lottery winnings, not wealth, but exact amounts at exact moments for exact needs, unexpected refunds, forgotten accounts, random opportunities. Just enough, just in time. An artist came to Cayce frustrated. She could barely survive. But somehow, whenever she needed supplies for her spiritual paintings, money appeared. Commissions would arrive days before rent was due. Refunds would come when she needed canvas. Cayce's reading explained, your paintings carry healing frequencies. Each one is calibrated to activate specific chakras in viewers. The universe funds this work because it's not art. It's energy medicine. You'll never be wealthy, but you'll never lack what you need to continue. The protection includes resource provision. She painted for 30 more years, always broke, but never without supplies. Museums now study her work for its mysterious effect on viewers' brain waves. If money materializes for mission-critical needs, you're being protected. Sign 5. Your mistakes get mysteriously corrected. The 5th sign seems impossible. Your significant mistakes get fixed without your intervention. The wrong turn that becomes a shortcut. The failed relationship that positions you perfectly for your soulmate. The career disaster that pivots you to your true calling. Your errors get edited by invisible hands. A surgeon came to Cayce devastated. He'd made a terrible mistake in surgery, but somehow the patient recovered perfectly. This had happened 3 times. He felt he didn't deserve to practice medicine. Cayce's reading shocked him. You're not making mistakes. You're being used for experimental procedures by higher intelligences. What looks like error to you is actually innovation being channeled through you. The corrections are part of the procedure. You're pioneering techniques that won't be understood for decades. Your protection includes error correction because you're a conduit for medical evolution. His mistakes led to 3 revolutionary surgical techniques that saved countless lives. He was protected not from mistakes, but through them. If your mistakes keep becoming miracles, you're being protected. Sign 6. Toxic people can't stay in your life. The 6th sign is relational, harmful. People literally cannot maintain presence in your reality. They get transferred. They move away. They lose interest. They forget you exist. It's like you become invisible to predators. A woman came to Cayce confused. Every manipulative person who entered her life disappeared within months. Not through her actions. They just left. Bosses got promoted away. Toxic friends moved to different cities. Abusive partners suddenly lost interest. Cayce revealed, you have what we call frequency protection. Your soul vibrates at a rate that becomes literally painful for those who would harm your mission. They can't explain why, but being near you makes them uncomfortable. They leave not because they choose to, but because they have to. Your energy field repels what doesn't serve your purpose. She later became a counselor for abuse survivors. She needed to stay clear of manipulation to maintain the purity required for that work. If toxic people keep self-ejecting from your life, you're being protected. Sign 7. Your health defies medical logic. The 7th sign is physical. You recover from things you shouldn't. Survive conditions that kill others. Heal in ways doctors can't explain. Not because you're superhuman, but because something needs you functional. A factory worker came to Cayce after surviving his 4th fatal accident. Falls that should have paralyzed him. Chemical exposures that should have killed him. Injuries that healed in days instead of months. Cayce's reading was stunning. Your body is under what we call mission maintenance protocol. You're documenting workplace hazards that will lead to safety reforms, saving thousands of lives. Every accident you survive becomes evidence. Every healing becomes testimony. You're not invincible. You're preserved for purpose. Your protection includes accelerated healing because your testimony requires your survival. He went on to revolutionize workplace safety standards. His documented survivals became legendary in labor law. If your body defies medical probability, you're being protected. Sign 8. You dream of dangers before they manifest. The 8th sign happens in sleep. You receive warning dreams that help you avoid real dangers. Specific, detailed, actionable intelligence delivered through your dream state. A mother came to Cayce because her dreams kept saving her children. She'd dream of specific dangers. A loose board on the playground, a dangerous dog on their route, a friend who would offer drugs, always days before the actual threat appeared. Cayce explained, your soul accesses what we call probability threads during sleep. You're seeing likely futures and receiving navigation instructions. This isn't prophecy. It's protection protocol. Your children have massive missions ahead. Your job is keeping them alive to fulfill them. The dreams are your briefings from command. Her 3 children all became influential humanitarian leaders. She kept dream journals that read like security briefings from the future. If your dreams provide specific warnings that prove accurate, you're being protected. Sign 9. You have impossible knowledge in critical moments. The 9th and most profound sign. In crucial moments, You suddenly know things you couldn't possibly know. Which road to take, which person to trust, which choice to make. Knowledge downloads exactly when needed. A pilot came to Cayce after his fifth impossible save. Each time he'd suddenly known exactly what to do with no training for that scenario. Procedures that weren't in any manual, maneuvers he'd never learned. Cayce's reading left everyone speechless. In critical moments, your consciousness merges with what we call the protective collective, a group of souls who've mastered aviation across lifetimes. You're not flying alone. In danger, you become a committee. The knowledge isn't yours. It's theirs, channeled through you. Every passenger you've saved was someone whose mission required survival. He saved over 2,000 lives in his career through impossible maneuvers. Aviation experts still study his flights, unable to explain his decisions that defied all training, yet worked perfectly. If impossible knowledge arrives exactly when needed, you're being protected. Why protection isn't what you think. Here's what Cayce discovered that changes everything about divine protection. It's not about keeping you comfortable. It's about keeping you functional for purpose. Protection doesn't mean life will be easy. You won't suffer. You'll avoid all pain. You'll be wealthy. Everyone will like you. Protection means you'll survive what you need to survive. You'll be where you need to be. You'll have what you need to have. You'll last as long as necessary. You'll complete your mission. A man came to Cayce angry. If he was protected, why was his life so hard? Why did he suffer? Why did he struggle? Cayce's response reframed everything. Protection isn't insulation from experience. It's insurance for mission completion. You're protected from premature death, not from life itself. Your struggles are your training. Your pain is your preparation. Your challenges are your qualifications. The protection ensures you survive the curriculum, not that you skip it. The hidden responsibility of protection. But here's what Cayce warned. Protection comes with obligation. If you're being protected, you're being preserved for purpose. That purpose might not be clear yet, but it's encoded in your soul. The protection isn't free. It's an investment. The universe expects return on that investment through your service, your growth, your contribution to collective evolution. A wealthy woman came to Cayce after recognizing all 9 signs in her life. She wanted to know how to thank the universe for such protection. Cayce's answer changed her life. You don't thank the universe for protection. You justify it. Every day you wake up protected is a day you owe service. Find who needs what you have. Share what you've learned through surviving. Use your protection to protect others. The universe didn't save you for you. It saved you for what you can do for others. She spent the rest of her life creating safe houses for abused women. Her protection became their protection, your protected path forward. If you've recognized these signs in your life, here's what your soul wants you to know. You're not lucky. You're needed. You're not special. You're assigned. You're not favored. You're functional. You're not immortal. You're preserved for purpose. Every close call was calculated. Every mysterious save was scheduled. Every intervention was intentional. But here's the crucial part. The protection isn't permanent. It lasts exactly as long as your mission requires. Not 1 second more. When your purpose is complete, the protection protocols deactivate. This isn't scary. It's sacred. It means every protected day is a day with work to do. Look at your life through the lens of these 9 signs. Count your close calls. Remember your mysterious saves. Acknowledge the impossible coincidences. If you're protected, stop feeling guilty about surviving what others didn't. Start feeling responsible for using that survival purposefully. Share this with someone who survived impossible odds. Someone who walks away from disasters. Someone who needs to know their survival isn't random. It's required. Comment below. Which sign made you realize you've been protected all along? What close call now makes sense? Because when we share our protection stories, We remind each other that the universe is actively involved in keeping purpose carriers alive. Subscribe to Beyond the Twist, like the video, and share it with someone who needs this perspective.